Hi everyone, thank you for joining. So today I will be sharing with you my top favorite or my favorite powder foundations. Actually, these are the ones that I own. These are all the powder foundations that I own, and I really love every one of them. So that's why I say they're my favorite, because I only keep stuff that I truly use and that I truly like. Now, I will be keeping my voice very low because I'm babysitting. Behind me, I don't know if you guys can see, I have my little sister. Yes, I have a little sister. So I have to keep it quiet. She's actually my dad's daughter from he remarried. You know, my parents got divorced, whatever, like some years ago, like 5-6 years ago. I think it was like 7 years ago maybe. And they remarried, or they, you know, whatever they did, redid their lives. And anyways, I'm gonna get started with my powder foundations. Now, not all of these are named, or they're not used. They're not called powder foundations. They're not like foundations that are in powder, but I use them as powder foundations because they either have good coverage, or you know, they work just as a regular powder foundation. So I will be starting with the actual powdered foundations, the ones that are called or used for actually foundation purposes. So let me just separate them really quick. Okay, so the very first one, now I just want to quickly mention here, I don't have them in any particular order because, like I said, I use these the same in a way, and I love them all the same. They're all really good to me. If I dislike anything, I'll just put it on the side, I'll give it away, you know, whatever. So the very first one is the MAC Studio Fix. That's what it's called. Yeah, that's what it's called. I'm pretty sure a lot of you girls have heard about this one, and I have it in NC25. Right now it's light for me at the moment, but with bronzer and, you know, pretty much with bronzer you can make this work. Love it because it is definitely like a medium to full coverage. You can definitely make it a little bit sheer if you use like a more like a stippling brush, but I mean, again, it's a foundation. I normally use my Real Techniques for any of these here. My Real Techniques, and even the Sigma or the Modifier brush. Next powder foundation is this NP set, and I have it in set 2. That's the powder foundation. Whoopsie. Again, it is a little bit light for me at the moment. This is a really nice powder foundation. I love it. It's very similar. I'm not even kidding. Very similar to the Studio MAC Fix. Studio Fix, sorry, is super comparable. Like, it's really similar, and it's even similar on the price. So I mean, if you guys are debating whether to get this or get this, it really, to me, they both work the same, pretty much the same. They have the same texture, they work exactly the same. I think they're sisters, but you know, in separate companies. Really nice coverage, medium to full coverage, the same thing as the Studio Fix, and the price is still the same. I think it's around $30 at Target. You can find these at Target, Mac stores, Macy's. Next one is Bare Minerals, the original. Now this is the only loose powder foundation that I have, so I wanted to include it in here. And I have it in medium beige. Again, this is medium to full coverage. Love the finish, makes it look very natural. You don't necessarily need a foundation, a liquid foundation underneath, unless you have like a lot of imperfections in your face. But even then, you can still use it, and it's really nice coverage, and it looks very natural. So I really like the Bare Minerals one. Next is NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat Powder Foundation, and this foundation is really pretty. It says Stay Matte But Not Flat, but then again, it doesn't have like a matte finish. My swatches are going to be not that great because my camera and the lighting is not even like that great, but it's not a matte finish, it's not a glowy finish, it's not a dewy finish, it's more like a satin finish. But for those oily girls out there, this is not going to make you look oilier. I've heard of that diffuse light powder thingy from Hourglass. I've heard a lot about it. At the beginning I was tempted to go get one, but I don't need it. Like, I don't want to go and spend like what, $30 or $40 on a powder that's just to like finish and stuff like that. So I don't know, I'm just saying it right now. Maybe in the future, who knows, I might end up getting it, but as of right now, I'm not gonna get it. I feel like this one kind of does in a way the same finish because it gives like a satin, very radiant glow to the skin without being too greasy or oily for those oily combination girls. For dry skin, don't be scared because it says stay matte but not flat. Don't be scared of that. This is gonna look great on dry skin people. But I still suggest obviously to moisturize prior to this. So definitely a really good foundation, and this I think is around like $10. I think you can get it at Ulta, and it has like a medium coverage. So like that. Next powder foundation. This is a Sephora Mineral Compact Foundation. It looks like this. This is actually my right shade at the moment. It's pretty dark. Well, it matches me really nicely. I have it in D35 and it matches me really nice. I'm not sure if Sephora still does this. I haven't even searched. I'll look it up if they still do it. Love this powder. It's not really an oil-free powder, so it doesn't really control my oils as much as I should or as I need it, but still it has really good coverage. These powders, like I said, I don't wear them you can wear them with liquid foundation underneath, but I don't. I sometimes use them by themselves. This has medium to full coverage. Love it. It just makes my face look very flawless. Absolutely love it. And again, this is for all skin types. I feel like all of these are the last powder foundation that it's a powder foundation is a Mexican brand, and this is Bisou. The name rubbed off because I use it, but I have it in Bisou 06 Natural Beige, and this is for all of you girls watching me from Mexico. You guys can get this. I got mine in, this has medium to full coverage, looks very natural. This is very similar to this Sephora Minerals. It's super similar. I would even say it's similar to the MAC one, but the MAC one is a little bit more creamier. It's like not powdery at all. This one does have a little bit of fallout. It's a little powdery, but it still looks very natural, and it covers really well. I really love this shade. I mean, I really love this powder foundation, and the shade matches me really nice. Right now it's a little bit too light again, but like I said, it just looks very flawless. So love Bisou. Now moving on to the powders that I use as powder foundations because either their coverage or their staying power, you know, things like that. And I'll start off with two high-end that I guess a lot of people use it as foundations, but I don't really read here that it's a powder foundation. Maybe I might be wrong. Maybe they're actually powder foundations, but they don't say here, so I'm not even going to consider them powder foundations. Anyways, one of them is the Natural Mineralized Skin Finish Natural from MAC. This thing has quickly become, within the past 2 weeks, my like essential. I really love this powder. If I'm on the go and I'm just like, oh my god, what do I need? I swear, like for a whole week straight, I think I've been wearing this, and I apply it with my Real Techniques. I think this brush is perfect to apply these type of powders. So good. I love this. It's a little light for me again, but I've been using this baby a lot. It just gives me a very natural finish, just like its name. I mean, I've had this for over a year, maybe even 2 years already, and I hadn't felt the way I feel about it now. It's quickly become one of my top holy grails almost powders. So definitely recommend. And the other high-end that's very similar to that one, and I really like it too, but I haven't been picking it up as much as the rest of them, or as much as the MAC one, is this Laura Geller Balance and Brighten in medium. This is so similar to that mineralized one from MAC. This has definitely a medium to full coverage. Again, looks very natural, does not cake up whatsoever. Really love this thing. These two are very similar or kind of dupable for each other. I disagree. I think this one looks a little bit more natural and has a little bit of that radiant finish, as opposed to this one just has like a regular foundation finish. It looks natural, don't get me wrong, it looks very natural, but this one has a little bit of a radiant touch to it. Not glowy, you know, don't misunderstand me, not glowy, just has a more radiant touch. This one is definitely more natural, so pick whichever one you want, but I disagree that they're doable, you know. And then the last four, really quickly, guys, because I don't want to make this video too long, and I don't want a little girl down back there to wake up right now and start crying. We have four of them. These are drugstore ones, and I'll start off with the one that's very similar. This is very similar to that Laura Geller one. This is the Milani face powder. It's not a powder foundation, it's a face powder, but it has a medium, straight up medium finish, medium coverage, and I would say even a full coverage right there. Very nice. I really like this. Again, I use it alone, or I can use it over liquid foundations, and it does the job. I really like this. Again, it's very similar to the Laura Geller one, except the Laura Geller one is definitely more natural. This one is a little bit powdery, but once you apply this on your face, if you feel like some of these powders are too powdery on you, just get some Fix Plus, or even the e.l.f. setting spray, or the Evian spray. Just get some of that and spray it. If you don't have anything like that, just get some water, I guess, and put it maybe on a stippling brush. Just spray some water on a stippling brush, and then just kind of do this around your face with water. I mean, it's better if you have maybe the e.l.f. one, the setting makeup spray. That's just $3. But if you don't have any type of setting spray, it's okay. Don't go crazy about it. Just put some water in here and then just stipple it over your face, and it'll just take the powderiness away. Moving on, we have the Instant Age Rewind Protector Finishing Powder. This is actually finishing powder. I'm not sure if they still making this, but if you guys do have it, you can use it as a powder foundation. Again, it has I think it's a fairly like a fair medium finish, and I feel like this one is actually similar to the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. I feel like these are more kind of like a dupable for each other, in the sense that this one does not have like that matte finish. It's more like a little bit of radiant finish, but I really like it, and I really like using this alone as a powder. Next one is a True Match Super Blendable Powder, and I have this one in W4.5 Fresh Beige. This is what it looks like. Really soft and smooth, and this just feels really silky. Again, it has a medium finish. I feel like this one is another one that looks it feels very similar, or the finish feels very similar to the MAC Studio Fix. But, you know, if you're asking me which one's better, I would say this one, in the sense that this one's a little bit powdery, but then again, you can still tone it down with that stippling brush and a little bit of water, Fix Plus, whatever. And then the last one is this Revlon Nearly Naked Powder Press Powder. This one is super silky. This is one of the ones that feels exactly, or the texture is very similar, or even the same as the Studio Fix one. The finish is really nice. I feel like this one is more dupable for the Studio Fix from MAC because of the texture, the way it goes on. It's definitely a medium to full coverage. You can definitely use it alone just as a powder foundation, and it's going to work. This concludes my favorite powder foundations, or actually these are all the ones that I own, and I do use some, except I haven't really mentioned some of them because, you know, I'm not going to use the same ones all at once. But I really hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what are your favorite powder foundations, or even just pressed powders that you use as foundations. Share it with everybody here. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.